Coach, last year against Evansville, that was a nail-biting, big-time win for your program on the road, shorthanded. What do you expect this time around against what should be an improved Evansville team?
Well, it'll be difficult to begin the game. We'll have to get a feel because it'll be their first game. So, having film on them and things like that we like to do for scout, we don't have as much as we would like. But, we're still at this point focusing on our team. We did a lot of really good things at UK, and we did a lot of things that we cannot continue to do, like turn the basketball over, miss free throws, those type of things. Our guard play's got to be better, and we expect it to be. So going out tomorrow night, excited to be able to play at home. Excited to be able to get back on the basketball court. As of right now, we have a full team that is eligible to play tomorrow night. So we're excited to get to work on our rotations and see who can perform when it matters.
I guess with a couple more days perspective, you were pleased with the rebounding after the game in Lexington, and now that you've had time to watch the tape, was there anything else that any other positives you could add to the list coming out of there?
Really like to have that first quarter over. I felt like that's when they beat us. We didn't adjust very well, and I think some nerves and things like that. We missed some shots we should have made, but you can't give up 30 points in a quarter. But after watching it several times, I thought that we responded well. It was a team that our team didn't quit playing. They didn't give up. They competed. I think to be able to out-rebound them shows the competitive nature of our team and the ability for us to get ourselves extra shots and also to make sure that their other teams are one and done. Rebounding has been a huge emphasis for us, so I was really glad to see that happen. If we can put that rebounding effort together along with taking care of the basketball, making free throws, and obviously shooting a better percentage, I think that will be difficult to guard as the time goes on and we get used to each other more.
We didn't get a chance to talk a lot about her because Caitlin had such a sparkling debut, but Maci hadn't played since early last spring. What did you see out of her against Kentucky in her limited minutes, and how close to 100% do you think your point guard is becoming?
Oh, she's going to be fine. She's just got to get back in game speed and game mode, still trying to, get back into the best shape that she can be because she has been limited quite a bit in this offseason. But, she's going to be there. I thought she had some good shots that went in and out. She's got to continue to seek offense. She's got to continue to run our basketball team. So I expect every time that we get to go out and we get more familiar and more comfortable with our rotations and our new players, that we're going to get better offensively. The offensively has been one of the bright spots and coming up to the game. That was what was disappointing in that we didn't shoot the basketball better, but I'm sure Kentucky's length and speed had a little bit to do with that. So I'd like to see us come out and move the basketball and make more shots come tomorrow night.
Charly's first game, how do you think she sort of getting thrown into the deep end there on night number one, but how do you think she held up?
She did fine. She's going to be a part of our rotation. She has the ability to do lots of good things. She had an open three in the corner. She missed. She can make that shot. And she had a good move on the inside that against most smaller guards would have ended up with a bucket. But she rebounded well. She was where she was supposed to be. And for them to be able to get their jitters out on that first game, especially at Kentucky, is going to bode well for us as we move forward.
I know you focus, Coach, a lot on your team and what your team is supposed to be doing, but did you get a chance at all to see Belmont had the same troubles shooting against Kentucky and probably could attest to their length as well? Do you scout in that way as well? Check out other RVC teams against like-minded opponents?
Absolutely. I watched every second of it. I watched a lot of basketball yesterday. Saw EKU Louisville game, watched the Belmont Kentucky game. And that's what was so frustrating is Belmont did a really good job of keeping it close because they were able to keep Kentucky didn't shoot the ball extremely well. Patterson has 30 on us and like 6 on them, but then the Edwards kid that didn't hurt us goes off on them. But that's what you do when you have so many weapons and you're an SEC team, top team in the nation, is somebody different is going to hurt you. But I thought Belmont did a better job of keeping it close early. I felt like if we could have gone back and we could have kept it close early the way we competed in the second half, it would have been a different game. It ends up being like a 20-point game, Belmont lost, and I think ours was like 28. But I thought they did some things with a more veteran club to keep it close, and we were able to with our inexperience in the first quarter.
In terms of, I guess, just the protocols everybody's going through, especially on the road, how did that go for you? Was it any different really in the end of, and I know this was a little bit of a further trip. You couldn't necessarily just kind of roll in and play and come home, but how did that all work out for you guys?
Yeah, it's definitely different. You have to think before you do anything. You know, having a lot of food delivered to the hotel and how we're handing it out, who rooms with whom, because they can knock each other out. We have assigned seats on the bus. You know, masks are worn at all times. The bench configuration was really strange. I mean, literally having to yell to the far end of the gym to tell a kid to sub in. So those are some things that we're going to have to get used to. I think the spreading out on the bench takes away from some of the continuity and the team aspect with the excitement on the bench. But those are things that we're going to talk through, and those are things that we're going to work through. We weren't even sure what to do during the starting lineup because Kentucky all sat down in their chairs and then ran out without really touching anybody's hand, but they went second, so we weren't sure. So we kind of lined up and everybody wasn't sure. It's crazy how you can practice and you can play together, but you're not supposed to give each other high five. It's definitely different, but we're just blessed with the opportunity to play basketball. Every practice and every game we get, we're fortunate, and we're not going to take any of those for granted.